Koya, not just a samaba. Na Sawachi Koya, not just a samaba. Na Sawachi Koya, not just a samaba.
Assembly Biaba, Mr. Sabre, and no more Bokwa na Kosro. Ghana Foko Khan. Yes, we are self for Nanina, Sana Tibiana Tia, ATM Fanasa. Solution why I know Munina. And Umacho Mohoko. And woman is one of Bomo. Nano Alancharatin Macasai, say what dine a dika crebi tremo. Said no money be a bine, yano, or no quenya yanko far baby, Nansu Womunso, while and so can economic management team no, and 9. Assembly a biaba, with inflation of 54.1. Assembly a biaba, if the sika, a young man for sika, Womudia Quasie, Almudia Quay investment, no, a binding in Zekika, all because of a certain debt exchange program. Now, Kwame Pianim busa question bi. Kwame Pianim a leading member of the MPP. Waboy hu no ya no ne pa kwasi asare. A wo TV3. Na woni ni di nkomo. Na nkomo twetwe anim no dan na di se de kenoforiata ne dom asai omaiga na sikasem no. Zaban fufuro bi yes wo ba na obeye nsiesie wo be pagasiwa e be take Ghana 30 to 40 years. And send the economy now at the Japan no etibejina ne naso biu asemaba e be take 30 to 40 years. And you see we are Ghana ni now hweme na wutie me now dream say anase edawa no say etikwame yenya da ya ye mra pon 1992 constitution emi ma ya kwanya bebre mesra fato so no hwade emi ma ya kwanya bebre we have certain rights and privileges esanso ye adesu edaya so esanso ya sodie edaya so enshrined in the 1992 constitution. Now no would the constitution the holiday no when yaje not the beach now oh no you know ill. No, it is not about celebrating the day. Saturday no cry celebrating o man your program papa bia yan fancy see anya dwumadie bia e betimi aboa na twinkofo adwene esisi sa normal we so as a politician in himself se wonya hunu sa normal no na onya ho ba ho so se wo sa kwanya na wo be hyase ama homene so fi se sa tumi no wo nsema wo betimi dia tia no wa bra wodi nsehunu eti wono de wo mbie so ama ho dwa enya bibi said be ya wo be hunu sa de no but yeah so long as we breathe and live and we are on this radio ya be dan sa no kura na di e de akyemo photo screen so no mo hwe wo rights any freedoms omo Ghana fo mo hweye Ghana fo wa manone Ghana fo wo yemam ha Ghana mo hweye for slides na tototo no mo hwe mo rights ni freedoms omo wo enshrined in the 1992 constitution the kind was say a restriction on a person's freedom of movement by his lawful detention shall not be held to be inconsistent with or contravention of this article. All persons shall have the right to a freedom of speech and expression, which shall include freedom of the press and other media. I feel here to be was say freedom of thought, conscience, belief, which shall include academic freedom, freedom of practice any religion, and to manifest such practice. Freedom of assembly, including freedom to take part in processions and demonstrations. Freedom of movement, which means the right to move freely in Ghana, the right to live and to enter Ghana, and immunity from expulsion from Ghana. Mama, the next slide. A restriction on a person's freedom of movement by this lawful detention shall not be held to be inconsistent with or in contravention of this article. Quote the next one. Freedom of practice any religion and to manifest such practice. Freedom of assembly, including freedom to take part in procession and demonstration. I want to market tour. Ubetuma ye yetre, u akwanya se ubetumi akyere wadwen. Wa bro bi antataw. Wo sa akwanya no so ubetuma akyere wadwen, wa bro bi antataw. Obi anka wonhye. Eti 2023 ya, edi ye ko 2024, ye ba betre ya dwen kese e wa abato kwa aso no. Mesremo, safi bamunda. Safi eni afia, e wo se ye han ye ni bie ye ni. Na ye ka asem no se ye sitie, enti da Kwame Piani masem yi, e ho abehi asem mesa so boso, e de akyem wo ne pa akosi asare e kasa, e wo TV3 no. What you can say, Mami quote no, said by Uncle Cow baby. I say, oh, the guy on the TV outside that misquoted me. Was say, if Ken was genuine, when the Attorney General came with his legal opinion, which is the Commonwealth has the force of High Court order, he would have taken this document and gone to the International Monetary Fund. If indeed it is the IMF that told him to do that, I think it is unlawful. A debt exchange program don't work on wasem. Mr. Pianim, he said Yanim no, were your founding father, Emma MPP administration. No. Was say for this government, say a bad way for this government to allow Ken Oforiatta to sit in front of Ghanaians to make such proposal, it will possibly ye home. Okay, I say a buying announce under the debt exchange program. Say individual bondholders no obo a buying bosiano. Afiwe yenya ntwamoka. Say omo ba buying bosio musika da sikakura bia no. Dodo na pensioners. Etianra omumu baako ene Joy FM for kasae. Anopa dwumadie ya bia ye. Omumu baako olumai. One Joy FM for kasae. Na re ho sem na kosem a wode tu dwane etie wei.
Committed any crime. Now let me look at it from my personal perspective. I'm 65. Assuming they spread my bonds for 15 years, I'll be 80 years. Very few men in my family cross 80. Am I going to assess my capital in my grave? Those taking these decisions, are they thinking about pensioners? Grown people who have to buy drugs. Now they're telling us, take it or leave it. What sort of government would tell its citizens or treat its citizens as trash? That is the way some of us feel. And that is the way a lot of people on these platforms are. I'm on two of these platforms. That is how we feel. We are not being told anything. We are not being told anything. And I'm going to be very specific here. The Minister for Finance companies and commissions on the loans that we are paying now. Why shouldn't he return the commissions to ameliorate the situation for the country? But we, the poorer people, are being asked to give our money at 15, 20 years. What sort of leadership is this? And then you hear things like, we want to build cathedral. We want to do this. If you have money to build cathedral, you have money to do some of these projects, why don't you use it to pay our monies? Or why don't you just give us our capital and take the coupon? My brother, I'm going to tell you something. In July, I was approached by one of the finance houses that there was a government bond available. I moved money, quite some money, to purchase it. I've not earned one coupon on it. And now you're telling me I should wait for another 15 years maximum? I've not earned one coupon. No interest on it. And it's like you're stealing my money. You're taking my money, and I'm using stealing advisedly. If you take somebody's property without his consent, you are stealing it. In law, is expropriation. You are expropriating my property by force, by the use of law. It is wrong. It is wrong. They want to send a lot of people to their graves. They just want to send us to our grave. And the body language, the attitude, when you see some of these people who are not who some years ago were nobody, suddenly you see them come and justify some of these things. I have never worked for government. I have worked hard. Let me call somebody. I've worked like a bull.
Yeah, there's somebody is Ankuma. Yeah, you worked hard, worked like a bull. I was buying, what's why you're the cheffer? And in the words of Kwame Minkah, I mean, go to the bill. Was it Foriata has the unenviable reputation of going down in history as the one who made government's bond not risk-free. He will go down as the only minister for finance who has led this country into bankruptcy. Osiso minor ebetiva sa sorry aman home so e woni sika semu a Kwame Pianim MPP Kwame Pianim essay ebeteki o my Ghana 30 to 40 years. Papa ya okasa yi wadi aduosianum wisdom wabra obem wadi aduosianum wose wona busuam no mo nkroso ete ne sika wode kwato ho a wo hwe animu se emfasodie bi beba beka ho no sika na nkasa ne nsankan na bamfasodie aban aye na adwen se nya me pese bi yenie chinchina asomu je wo paaje wo mpa menje and wo bisa say National Pension Regulatory Authority NPRA mo chefa wasase bi ene say e de na mo yama enkofo ye omo ho chiro mo sabre senyo hosia for group bi
yes
ye from say
ne omo kan nyina ne say eye sa debt na say e kana omo abo esan say aban restructure na oye no omo fa omo sika mo mu esan say aban entumi emfa omo nsa esan so emere omo botom so obeka ya senior hosi is one of the people in 2016 2015 2014
yes
na omo tia the former government pa
yes that's right
fuel issue
shortage
enu pa afo ye 3 cedis no
yes.
Na senior hosi ne tom vigil ahodo omo ye nyina no ene I can say a buabo and Omako for me alliance say
from Individual Bondholders Forum IBF.
Send your buying and Omonti as into buying for musica mom.
Yes,
that is what they are calling for today.
And you see, and I do not hear advancements at TV show. PM Express will join you. Send your issue to the sense Wakai MPP penny form wa ben say 2016 me campaign mamu nana na mudi abrosa tiewe.
On our backs, you are living large. On our backs, you guys have built wealth that you never end. On our backs, you are living lives that your salaries cannot justify. On our backs, please, and nobody is chasing you for it. You can keep it. At the right time, God will ask you. But please don't come and now put your hand in our pockets. In our pockets. Somebody called me today and he said, now they don't know how they're going to pay their school fees.
Yeah,
they have put their children in their private school. They can't pay. They don't know how because this is a major formula for it. They can't pay. Meanwhile, you've all the same governments and politicians have run down our public schools. Even drivers are taking their children to private schools. So the small money that we try and hustle and get, and then we invest. What crime have individual bondholders done? The only crime is that they trusted their government. How can that be a crime? You breach one of the fundamental.
Sam grand gray yo maba aban boss yo mu ye aduonum omu de omu nsa ase krata ase so mu de aban kokot etenu na senyo hosi e kom ho no but the senyo hosi anka was our program na se and say na wo so obubodin ma won tu mfra anka say politicians in anatisa because anya bia wo John Mahama penso ye hunu sa de we
yes there was
specifics penso ye call IMF wo mills penso ye hunu sa no ma we eti ye every Mumodin, Kwame Pianim Bodin. Why na pow can oforiata and yana kufuado?
Yes.
Why na ene was a day at the sofa floor, ama can oforiata and yana kufuado?
Nana kufuado.
Wasamano, a year caretaker minister for trade and industry,
which is one of the key ministries. One of the key ministries. Because a cabinet,
yes,
and Alan is a cabinet minister,
yes,
is a cabinet member
of the EMT.
Economic management team, no, okay,
more fire,
and his sector no shares no, one year Jumebia, everybody can see. It's my bay partner Alan, yeah, ejuma be na finance minister aye ni nti esan so de trade minister akoka ne ho
na ahokyere ba ye de wie ano no ahokyere ba asofo no ma ewo so mutu mampanyifo no he de omo ka kire no se wonye Ghana for radio we tie de asofo no ka your friend say Cyril dey
Ben Smith
in the position dey
architect
something Chalebutie no
of your devotion to God, and no matter the day says, it will happen. Your Excellency, like you and other world leaders, King David faced similar challenges that we are still experiencing. The murmuring of the people and the lamentation from the crowds. The abuse and the lack of understanding of the issues that are clear to all. Yet David stood resolute in his conviction in the midst of opposition. Yes, we are a religious nation. Let us.
It's women to Nanadofo. Women a bomb Emma, His Excellency, Nanado Danko Kufado. Ahana me do be Tonton Sansan battle. Kaisa me say, Yabama Makwenya no mafra. We individual bondholder. We womo edu monsa secretary and I say. Mosimode aban eko court woni omode eyamono so omode omonsa ekia musika no be so se makwan se frɛ na be che wadwa mensuro opa memodi just come and tell us what you're going through ye ben say
Exclusively on HG Plus channel 115. There will be that moment in your life where nothing else around you matters.